Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all well and safe and having a great day. Quite a few people have been asking me to try the Impressionist brushes in Art Studio Pro, so I thought I'd give them a go. This is the painting I came up with. I have to say it was an exploration. It wasn't a straightforward painting where I've just sort of waded in. I know exactly what I was going to do. There's a fair amount of experimenting going into this to get the effects I wanted, especially around this bit of foreground here. So I thought, do I edit it out and make it look really slick, or do I leave it all in so you can see me scratching my head and wondering what I'm going to do to get to the end result? In the end, I decided to leave it in so you can see exactly my thought processes as I manoeuvred through the adventure of painting this picture. So I really hope you enjoy it. Less talking, more painting. I'm going to play around with these Impressionism brushes today. I want to begin by colouring in my background. Now let's have a fill colour, and I kind of want it something like that, perhaps. Yeah, that'll work. A nice warm background. I'm going to create a new layer just so that this bottom layer doesn't get painted on. In case I want to change the background colour, I can at a later date. And I'm thinking, I've had to play around with the brushes, I must admit. This isn't my very first go, and I'm thinking I want to use the Suzanne Brush, and I'm going to do this different to what I normally work because I am going to oops, I want a bit bigger brush mark than that actually. I'm going to begin with painting the foreground first and the background after, which isn't something I normally do. Got the water in. You know what? Let's clear that. Not feeling that colourway quite. Do something a bit more. This. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm not going with the proper colours. Suzanne uses really vibrant, bright colours. Not that I'm trying to do a Suzanne, because I'm not. But I'm just thinking we might get a more interesting, more harmonious colour scheme. Don't know. Interesting start. Whoops. Bushes, trees and things. I'm going to have to change the brush, obviously, for the bridge, because I don't want to change the size. If I change the size, look, we get these really thin brush strokes that clash with what we've already got. It doesn't work, so I'm going to look for a different brush. I've already got one in mind for that. I need to put that sort of back up to there. Let's get the sky in. I just think that needs to be a bit more blue, perhaps. Yeah, okay. So what do I think to these brushes so far? They're a bit funky. I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having a bit of fun. Playing around really at this point, guessing. I certainly can't put detail in with this brush, but I like this Impasto brush, and if I've got that as a different size, I can start sketching in my brush with my bridge with this. Hopefully I'll be able to tie it all together. We'll see what happens. That kind of wants to go more like that. Right, back to my Suzanne brush. Like I say, I don't want to. I'm a bit reluctant to change the size of it because I think it will just destroy the effect we're getting. You know what? I've just thought of something. Let's just step back a little bit. If I create a new layer, and in actual fact, put this layer. No, I can't put it below that one. Yeah, it's got to be there. And do that. And check the eraser. Can I make my Impressionist brush? Is this going to go back to there we go. That's how you do it. Somebody pointed that out to me the other day and I'd forgot. If you just hold over on the eraser, it'll select the brush you're using. And then I can now swap between brush like that. Eraser. I can get those big funky brush strokes. Have I made the brush marks too big? I don't think so, but I think what I need to do is now create another layer over this. I should have done this earlier on, to be honest. Create a layer over that. Go to my Impasto brush. And then I can that brush sort of paint in this detail. With an outline, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have an outline with impasto with the Impressionism. I think that's fine. We can see a lot of that. Maybe just lighten up the colour a little bit. There we are. I can go to the layer below it. Choose my Suzanne brush. Nice light colour, maybe a soft blue. To the eraser. There. Quite like that. Right. Should I be? I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to keep this layer for the outline work and this one for the colouring underneath. So I'll stick with that layer. Darker blue. And it does need to be blue, I think. More so than around there. That's not quite as dark. For the shadow under the bridge. Like that. Pick this colour up. Oops. Why is he not doing it? Here we go. Oh, I know why. Different layer. I'll just pick it off here, I think. Might be easier. Put some greens in there. So I kind of got the bridge going off with some nice detail in. I'm liking the trees, the little bits of pink showing through. So I'm going to go back to my drawing layer, and I think I need to just, with my Impasto brush. Oh, it won't pick up that colour, will it? No. That's, do I want that colour? I'm not so sure actually. I was just going to paint in a little bit of shadowy work under the bushes there to give that a bit of a line, and I think that works all right. And then I'm wisping in too dark, isn't it? Just wondering, this could probably be lighter actually. Whoa, what's happening with that colour picker? That was a bit weird. Bit of lag or something. brush. I'm kind of not feeling this brush for this bit. I think we need to look for something else. Let's try this misty blocks. Messy blocks, sorry. Nope, not feeling that. Morrow. That could be it. So what is it I'm trying to achieve? This clumpy grass. No, I've done it. I don't like it. You know what I need to do? I think. Step back a bit more. If I just get the eraser and take that out. Paintbrush. I think maybe I need to paint them in with these and then outline them a little bit. I think that might be a better idea. This is going to sort of lead you into the picture. That's my theory anyway. It'll be interesting to see what we get with this. Now that's an interesting colour. Do I like? That's really adding something new. No. Too yellow. That's better. That's not too far removed from where we're at. So I can put these grasses in like that. Now, can I paint around them? And I was using the Impasto brush. Do I just use the same colour, maybe a bit darker? Maybe some blue as well. I don't know. I think I'm being too fussy with this. Really do. I don't want to blend it. I want an eraser. Oh, have we got them on the wrong layer? I might have to take them out anyway. I've got them on the drawing layer. Let's take them out. Oh dear me. That's better. Let's get back to the proper layer. This one. Suzanne Brush. It was, remember rightly, some nice lighter greens. I really am reluctant to make this brush smaller. Right, so what I'm going to do now, get back into the drawing layer. And whereas before I was really fussy, I'm just going to flick a few lines in and see what happens. So they're a bit more spontaneous. Not feeling it. But the light coming over that side. That's better. Shadows this side. There we go. That last brush stroke, we didn't need that. I like that, but they're on the wrong layer, aren't they? Because that's me drawing layer. Maybe I should have kept my layer stack open. One more. Perhaps I will, or perhaps I'll put it down. Then I can just keep jumping between those layers. It's kind of working. Do I need this shadow up here? There we go. Got one more brush to try, maybe. Just to add, got this Goth blender. So I could just sort of see what that does. What layer am I on? Oops. On the gives you that kind of Van Gogh look of brush strokes. Oh, that's interesting. Pull them round and shake them a bit. I quite like that. I guess I can come onto this layer and do a little bit of the sky. That's kind of made a bit of a difference to the to that. In fact, if I go back in with the Suzanne brush, pick a dark colour, just put a brush full of that in. Then get that blender. What can I do with that? Well, that can get a bit muddy. Too much. Step that back a bit. I don't want to overdo it. Where are we at? Suzanne. Actually, light pressure gives you a smaller texture, but still seems to fit in nice. Just trying to give the impression of this being a clump of grass. Well, the first bit of the painting came together really quick, and this bit it's taken a bit longer, I must say. Just gonna rub that out because that just feels a bit messy. I'm almost liking that, just like that. Like that. I mean, I'm liking these grasses a little bit more abstract, and just keep the detail. Seem to have locked up a bit. What's going off? There we go. Keeping the detail in just round the bridge. Maybe a bit bigger. That's probably better. Change layers. Try my blender again. It's way too big, isn't it? That's too small. How many times I'm going to do this? That's it. I've finally come up with a solution. Basically, what I need to do, get a paintbrush, put the colour in. So that's what I'm going to do. Go back to that layer, take the eraser, get rid of all of this. There we go. Take my Suzanne brush. Don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, because I was doing this exact same thing up there. Painting a shape. I want to be shape of the grasses. Then get the eraser. Be fairly small and just draw them in like that. That's the answer. There we go. So I could do a similar sort of thing this side with some lighter grasses, a bit warmer, too yellow, maybe a bit too yellow. Kind of want to avoid the yellow if I can. Bit greener, still quite pale. That's it. And this time do exactly the same. Get that eraser, which is the Suzanne brush. Quite a small head on it, lifting out, just sketching. So I'm negative painting, putting in some grasses. There we go, I've got it. That's how I want to do it. And that way I keep that nice sort of brush mark evenly over the old painting. There we are. That's it. I have done it. Let's get it signed. I think I'll use that Impasto brush. Go with the blue, dark blue. Let's sign it down here. Whoa, bit too thick. I don't like that's too dark in it. My ego's not quite that big. I don't want it to stand out too much. And it needs to be green. That'll do. So, Impressionist brushes in Art Studio Pro. They're really fun to use, tricky to use. It's not as straightforward as you first imagine. I love the marks you get in, and they look really organic. Doesn't look digital. It's got that nice sort of impressionist feel to it. I've looked at the Suzanne, the Goff blender and the Impasto brushes, so there are other brushes to play around with, but that to me, you know, without copying an impressionist, certainly gives you an impressionist feel. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I've got lots of videos like this and I'd love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.